Hey buddies, so many of you. You gonna come help us today? You gonna come in? Yeah? Your cleanup crew? All right, let's go. Don't know if you're supposed to be in here or not, but nope. It is day 2 of our adventures here at Welker Farms. I'll give you a quick update on where we're at with things. I'll drag down. This is cart number 2 that we started on, and we're pretty much have dropped everything we need to now start the process of pulling the tanks. You're gonna see that we still have the platform up there, and so that needs to be pulled off. This one we're gonna have to pull outside to get all this off and to pull the tanks. This one is cart number 1, and we've already done all the bottom, like on cart number 2. This was the first one we worked on. The platform's been pulled off and the rear tank has been pulled off. This was some of the yummy stuff we found in between the tanks, and this stuff is just everywhere in the metal pieces, and it's corroding things. Obviously it doesn't corrode plastic. We did get to use their legendary boom truck, and that worked really good. This is the result of one tank being gone, and I think it kind of looks cool. Anyway, look at how much corrosion there is down there. So we're gonna try to clean those things up today. We talked about sanding them off and getting paint on them to hopefully prolong the life of that metal. It's just something we can't really solve until, if it rotted out really bad, I suppose you'd have to just cut it out and put in a new piece, but by then your cart's probably shot. This is some of the manifolds for one of the carts, and Jesse's been putting those together. But yeah, we're doing pretty good, and we're excited to get after it today and get probably get all these tanks off and really be putting on new parts on. So stay tuned, we'll be right back at it.
So this is the first cart that we started working on in the shop here. You can see Nick's working on getting all the corrosion off. We're gonna scrape that, wire wheel it.
What's that?
Oh, go ahead.
I thought you were saying something important. Okay.
No, nothing important. So this is the front tank. Definitely not as bad as the other ones, but they decided they're just gonna do it all. Preventive maintenance thing, make it consistent and real nice.
So, if you're ever prepping your cradles, or really anything that you're going to use adhesive at some point, it's really good to get all the grease and all the dirt off. So, what we're going to do here real shortly is we're going to put some rolls of foam on here. And what I did was I made sure I cleaned up the whole thing. And you know, these stainless steel things look really clean. When you look at the rags and stuff, you're certainly pulling off all kinds of dirt and extra oils and grime. It takes your adhesion and just skyrockets the amount of adhesion you get when you clean it off real well.
Where's this roll of foam gonna go in here?
So what's gonna happen is, I believe that the reason they designed it this way, so there's one piece that comes in down here, but this roll of foam is actually gonna go along the top, and I believe the reason they put it along the top is to kind of balance it out with the bottom, because the bottom you put another roll down here, and that's actually to seal off your tank to the cradle, you know, so that you're not leaking down and up. Right. So anyway, so there's one around there, then there's one around the top, and I think that's more so to balance it out so that you have equal pressure.
Yep. There could be something to the drip edge too. There's a drip edge right here on the plastic tank. You really do not want moisture getting down here. If water comes down, it'll actually can get into your metering, or at least cause problems down there, and we don't want that. So
yeah, so right now I'm taking the insides out of these plenums. If you're looking to save your plenums and save some money, the easiest way to do it is you stick your Sawzall around the inside here, cutoff on the inside. Be careful that you don't run your sawzall through the edge on both sides. So that way you get that guy out of there. Now you flip it over. Since you're going to be going on metal here, you cut the heads off these bolts on both sides. And then you just pound the rest of the way out. And that's probably about the best thing you can do.
Yep. Or we figure you can buy new ones for about 160 bucks, depending on your dealer.
Yep.
If you just want to save the hassle, which sometimes we argue is a good thing to do.
Yep.
You can just buy new ones for 160 bucks, and we will be supplying them in kits in the future, fully assembled, correct? So then you don't have to worry about doing all this. What you get, this will all be assembled correctly. Nothing will be broken or missing, and you don't have to worry about it. So stay tuned for that. If you're interested, let us know. So I just finished sweeping up here. We've got the tanks all prepped and ready to go. You can see that the cradle contact surface area is all cleaned up, prepped, and the seals are now installed in the stainless steel cradles. On the inside here, Nick has done a lot of sanding or wire wheeling to get rid of the rust, and then he's coated it with paint to help prolong the life so it doesn't corrode as fast and we don't have frame problems later. Now the guys over here have removed the cart from inside, and it just was easier with the shorter height of the ceiling on this side. We decided it was easier just to pull the cart out, and they're gonna lift out the tanks outside, which they are really rocking and rolling. I bet you they've only been out there for less than 30 minutes and they've already got the tanks removed. And they also had to remove that platform right there. So definitely doing a great job. So I'm guessing that'll come right back in here pretty quick, and we will do the process all over again with the sanding and the paint and all that.
Tank cradles in.
And we are getting in the stainless fasteners here. So we're, of course, why would we put steel back in? Always remember anti-seize like Matt's showing there. But these are going to be going in here so that if this ever has to be serviced or come out again, it won't be corroded and we don't have to cut everything out.
This is the back tank.
Where are you going?
When we trade this thing in, they're just gonna be like, "Are you serious?"
How's that for a masterpiece? So a quick update here. I am working on the second manifold assembly, sub-assembly. And you can see here, I got the first one done yesterday, mostly done bending over on the ground. Finally got smart this time and we did it at bench height, which was much better.
We are doing the NASA method of silicone and duct tape.
That's right. Otherwise known as Handyman's secret weapon. So, making good progress here. Working late because we want to be done by end of tomorrow. All right, so it's day 3 of our 3-day adventure with Welker Farms. We've got the cart number 2 over here. We've just started to work on putting in the parts, the cradle here. Jesse's putting in the cradle, he's putting in fasteners, he's getting it ready. We'll be having to prep the tanks out there, get the old cradles off, clean them up, and then we're gonna pull the carts out every time to drop them in with a crane. And then over here, we've got what I've been calling cart number 1. And we've already got the tank one in, the rear tank. And this is the tedious part. We've got to put in these plenums. And that just takes a lot of work. You got to finesse it in there. The guys are rebuilding these on the bench. And now we're doing our first fit up. And we learned in the past rebuilds we have to put these screws in so that these don't blow out from the pressurized air. Another thing we've done is we've had to deal with these studs that have broken off, or we've had to grind flat and replace. Instead of drilling and tapping, Adam came up with this system of putting a backer plate on the back side and then attaching a front plate. So that brings it out about a 3/8 of an inch. We got to deal with that. We've got some other challenges back here that we're dealing with, but we're gonna get her done and we'll be on our way here today. Hopefully this is day 3 only. Final day, we'll get most of it all done, and all these tanks will be in by the end of the day. So here we go. Okay, I think I'm done with that now. I've done all 4 sides. And now, what we're gonna do is pry on this and probably hit this flange with a big hammer to help knock it loose. So let's go do that.
And now it's time for art projects with Adam. You have your 3 3/4 inch edge seal, and now you need to take and cut it so that the only thing left on the edge is about a 2-inch chunk. So you're just gonna have to take and you're gonna cut off the edges. Make sure you don't wreck your seal.
Pro tip, guys, it's a good idea to tie up the ladder here from on top of the tank. We just come in through one of the holes from the platform up above, and I run a wire tie up here and I wrap it around the ladder rung. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it ties that ladder up in place so that when you remove that plate with the pressure tube in here, that actually attaches to the ladder, and then the ladder won't fall down and try to fall out of the tank. Works really good for when you're hoisting the tanks back up into the cart, and holds it into place. So do that before you proceed. So we are running into a few issues here. We've got a lot of different plenums down here, and we're just struggling to get everything to fit in here. So we're trying a few different things, but it's just really tight in there. But we will get through it.
Oh yes, I can.
Except for Nick, maybe not Nick.
I'm having an emotional wreck here. I just like roller coaster.
So we just got another shipment of parts. These we weren't planning to do all 6 tanks of rebuilding, so we actually had to get a bunch of parts shipped here. So that's what this is. We forgot some tools, so we had that shipped. Some more stainless parts, and then cradles to do the rest of the 3 tanks, which are right here. That cart is actually outside, but yeah.
Slide me the
Clips. I didn't really help, but I tried.
What are you doing, Adam?
I am trying to take this connector off of here, but there's a kernel of wheat stuck in behind the latch.
Who puts wheat in these things? Who would do such? Farmers. They're just.
Why would there be wheat in this tank?
Yeah. What's their deal?
The guys got the cart out and got the 1 tank on this one. So we're gonna go bolt that one down. And we got the cart number 1, we're calling it, out and back in with the 2nd tank. So you can see the progress here. Tank number 2 in. Some guys up there.
Hello.
Hey guys, you guys having fun?
I gotta go pee.
Just let her go. Yeah, let it go. Just let me know before you let it go. It's gonna drain down. I'll get a ready bucket for you. I'm out here. I'm gonna support them, putting bolts in. I don't see any bolts going in yet, but they will be shortly. So we've got all the bolts in. There's the ladder bracket piece there. You can see that this hole was a little bigger, so we threw a washer in it. Stainless washer. And all these bolts are in. There's several on the back side as well. And now it's time to get the plenums in you can see that we actually had to weld in the studs. So the idea we had didn't quite work. There was too much clearance trying to swing the plenum in because of this bracket right here, that one. And so we had to go back to studs being on the plates. So those are there and there. And we'll be putting that on next. Also, I can't tell you how much this bump cap has saved my noggin. That thing is incredible. You guys see this sharp post right here, this edge? Well, I've hit that thing at least twice. Just for whatever reason, you're trying to get out of here, you're doing this number, and all of a sudden, bam! Well, that feels terrible if you don't have a bump cap. But this works pretty good. Or if you're coming out of here, you don't clear. A lot of ways to hit your head, and this solves it.
Okay, welcome back to Art with Adam. Last I showed you that we should cut out the two ends of this piece of weather stripping, the edge steel one. What I did in the meantime was I cut off one end that is going to cover up this side right here, like that. And then I also made a little notch right there for when the plates come together. So after that, you'll want to be putting these things on. Now what I did was I took and I marked each of these holes, and when I put this on here, I like to spread it just a little bit with a screwdriver because it just does not want to fit on there very well. So it's gonna go on there a lot easier. It's still gonna suck down to it. I just kind of line up my ends here, then I push it on from the bottom up. Try to get your piece of metal all the way up into the groove, front and back. Now, since you marked all of your holes, now you can see where they're at because they're covered up. Now you just take your self-tapping screw, and don't use an impact driver, it'll rip the heads right off of these. I've got this set to one of the higher torques on the screwdriver. Now, aim it in about where you think the screw is at, and run it in. Just like that. And you don't have to go nuts on it. It's in there real tight. You got back pressure. It's a self-tapping screw, so it'll hold in there really well.
So it's day 4 of our rebuild here at Welker Farms. We got Nick over here modifying some brackets so they'll fit better underneath the tank. This one has one tank in. We're just about to prep it for the second tank. And over here, Adam is finishing the plenums on the second tank that we've already installed, the middle tank. So late last night, we got this tank all bolted in, the ladder all mounted, all sealed up. And now they're putting these plenums in. So these plenums are really a pain. You have to put them in, or it just seems like it's way easier, way better to put them in when you have the tank next to it out. I'll shine the light in here so you can see. That is a completed plenum assembly. We've got all kinds of work that has gone into those. This one is missing this bracket yet. They're still about to bolt those in. But over here, you can see the completed side. This piece helps hold down this lip of the plastic plenum. Down here is where you're going to have your linkages. One's right here. So really a tight space. You can imagine if a tank is coming down right here, and with this in here, it's just almost impossible to get in here.
Put the fire out!
Got on camera.
I don't. Oh, it's up. It's started again. Spray of WD-40.
Oh, no.
That was a good brush, Nick.
It already burned a bunch.
You suck, Nick.
What's that?
Nothing.
Bird's eye view of Scott over here.
That is a sweet selfie stick. Love it.
Scott really loves to pound in rope ins.
I'm trying a little bit of anti-seize on one of them, and it's actually helping easier to slide in.
So how much time do you think is going into each one of these plenum halves?
Each one, if I don't have to take them all apart because I screwed up one step, let's not talk about that. Now I would say 15, 20 minutes if I don't get distracted.
I don't know how you get distracted.
I don't know either. That's a very good question.
Definitely a lot of work here. Bob is going to try to put the seal in before we put the tank in.
We're gonna try it.
We seem to forget the last one, so we got to try the tank back.
We'll see how this works.
Right. Gotta try. So over here, we've got the plenum stage in the cradles. This represents per tank. And looks like Scott must be finishing up the last set. We've got the manifolds all assembled, or at least mostly assembled. So a lot of progress, but a lot more work. We're expecting to get all these tanks in today. I hope this proves true. So let's get back at it. How do you guys feel about being almost done?
Are you serious? We're come to this moment?
Wow, you're not even excited.
We're getting close to that moment.
We can't work
That means
together.
we can't hang out ever
He
again.
said he's gonna buy a John Deere so that we have to come back and fix that too.
12 more days. We're ready.
Because it's a guarantee that they need fixed.
Yeah. And someone's over here still dinking around.
You know what? I was testing you guys to see if you did your job well, like inspecting what I did, and you did. And guess what? I have to fix what I did wrong.
Oh no.
No, I didn't put these in. I forgot. Got sidetracked. You remember that thing I was talking about, sidetracked?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys are like, hey, can you go get this?
Yeah, you are a pretty good guy at getting stuff.
Yeah, and that's about all I'm good at. So
Well, you gotta stay in your strengths.
there is that hole.
All right, team. Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. Good job. You're okay. Good job.
Am I fired?
Well, no. Not today. Not today.
I don't want to be fired now.
Thank you, Team Ready.
You know what
Again, Red Engineering. Right?
Yeah.
Ready.
Ready.
So, yes. Jesse, Adam, and what was your name again?
Red.
Oh, Red. That's right. Yeah. And Matt. They were a pleasure to work with. It's been a lot of fun. We hammered these things out. It was definitely a lot of work. And you guys are ready to equip more of these on other Flexi-coil carts someday?
We'll sell you the parts. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. That's okay. But you guys got how-to videos, right?
Yeah, we're working on it.
So, all right. Well, thanks for watching. Drive safe, guys. It's been a pleasure. Until the next time, we'll do something. But we'll catch you guys later. God bless.